You gave an order today. Nobody moved. Not because they didn't hear you, because they stopped caring. This is the story of the terrible leader. And the worst part? They never know they are one. Think about the last time you were in a room with a bad boss. You could feel it. The tension in the shoulders, the careful words, the way everyone waited for the meeting to end. Bad leadership has a smell, and the person causing it never notices. Here's the first thing terrible leaders do. They confuse authority with respect. They get the title, they get the office, they get the parking spot closest to the door, and they assume that is enough. It is never enough. Respect is not given with a promotion. Respect is built in 100 small moments and destroyed in one. In 1999, researchers David Dunning and Justin Kruger published a study that changed how we understand incompetence. They found that the least skilled people in any field consistently overestimate their own ability. The worst performers thought they were above average. The best performers thought they still had more to learn. Now apply that to leadership. The terrible leader sits in their office, confident, certain, completely unaware of the damage they are doing 3 desks away. Have you ever watched someone lead and thought, how does this person not see what they are doing? Here's what the data says. A 2015 Gallup study found that managers account for at least 70% of the variance in employee engagement scores. 70%. That means the single biggest factor in whether your team shows up energized or defeated is not the company, not the salary, not the mission statement on the wall. It is the person running the Monday morning meeting. Terrible leaders take credit. That is rule number 1 of bad management. The project succeeds, they presented it. The idea lands well, they had it first. The client loved the pitch. They built the relationship. And when it fails, that lands on someone else. Always someone else. Psychologist Robert Hogan spent 40 years studying leadership derailment. He found that the most common trait in failed leaders was not incompetence. It was selfishness disguised as confidence. They looked like leaders, they sounded like leaders, but every decision quietly pointed back to one person, themselves. Here is what happens to the team. Month 1, people try harder. They think maybe they misread the situation. Maybe the boss is just adjusting. Maybe things will improve. Month 3, they stop volunteering ideas. Why offer something that will be taken, repackaged, and handed upward without your name attached? Month 6, the best person on the team starts updating their resume. You never see it coming, but they decided to leave the day you took credit for their work and said nothing. Terrible leaders are also afraid. That part surprises people. The micromanagement, the need to approve every decision, the discomfort when a team member gets too much praise. All of it comes from the same place. Fear. Fear that someone beneath them is more capable. Fear that if people work independently, they become unnecessary. Fear that the authority they were given is not the same as the authority they actually have. And they are right to be afraid, because it is not. There is a difference between positional power and actual influence. Positional power is what the organization gave you. The title, the budget approval, the ability to hire and fire. Actual influence is what people give you voluntarily. Their best ideas, their honest feedback, their willingness to run toward a problem instead of away from it. Terrible leaders have the first. They never earn the second. So what does this cost? The Society for Human Resource Management estimates that replacing a single employee costs between 50 and 200% of that person's annual salary. And the number 1 reason people leave a job is not the work. It is the manager. People do not quit companies. They quit people. Here is the final strange truth about terrible leaders. Many of them started out trying. They wanted to do well. They cared at the beginning. But somewhere between the first promotion and the 3rd year, something shifted. The feedback stopped coming. Nobody told them the truth anymore. And in the silence, they assumed everything was fine. That silence is not loyalty. That silence is the sound of a team that has given up trying to reach you. You are not judged by your intentions as a leader. You are judged by what the people around you become. And somewhere right now, a team member is sitting at their desk, doing just enough to get through the day, because the person who was supposed to inspire them never learned the difference between having power and earning trust. The terrible leader never sees that. The question is whether you do.